Ever wondered what makes Brazilian cuisine so unique and delicious? Well, it's a tantalizing blend of history, culture, and a cornucopia of fresh ingredients that come together to create a culinary experience like no other. Hello there, and welcome to Passport Journey, your friend and partner in the travel industry. So before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can catch our newest upcoming videos. The story of Brazilian cuisine begins with its indigenous people, who cultivated staples like cassava, maize, beans, and a variety of fruits and nuts. This laid the groundwork for the rich and diverse culinary landscape we see today. Then, with the arrival of Portuguese colonists in the 16th century, Brazilian cuisine began to adopt new flavors. The Portuguese introduced ingredients like rice, onions, garlic, and a host of spices. They also brought with them their love of sweets, which is evident in the array of delicious Brazilian desserts we have today. But the evolution of Brazilian cuisine didn't stop there. The arrival of African slaves in the 17th century brought yet another layer of complexity to the table. They introduced techniques like slow cooking and the use of palm oil, as well as ingredients like okra and black-eyed peas. Their influence can be tasted in iconic dishes like feijoada and acarajé. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, waves of immigrants from Europe, the Middle East, and Asia brought their own culinary traditions, enriching Brazilian cuisine even further. Italian and German immigrants, for example, influenced the cuisine of southern Brazil, leading to the creation of dishes like the hearty barreado stew. Meanwhile, Japanese immigrants brought their sushi-making skills, giving rise to unique fusions like temaki with Brazilian cream cheese. At its heart, Brazilian cuisine is a celebration of fresh fruits, vegetables, and seafood, with a focus on simple, hearty meals that bring people together. Whether it's a family gathering around a table for a Sunday feijoada, or friends sharing acarajé at a street food stall, food is at the heart of Brazilian culture. Now that you know the roots of Brazilian cuisine, let's dive deeper into some iconic dishes. Feijoada, a flavorful stew of beans and pork, is Brazil's national dish. But what makes it so special? Well, to truly understand the magic of feijoada, we need to dive into the unique process of making it. This hearty dish starts with black beans, soaked overnight to soften and prepare them for the long cooking journey ahead. The next day, these beans are combined with a variety of pork cuts from sausage to ribs, and even the less commonly used parts like ears and tail. It's this eclectic mix of meats that lends feijoada its distinctive, rich flavor. Now, as the beans and meat simmer together, a harmony of flavors begins to develop. Garlic and onions sautéed in oil are added, infusing the stew with a depth of flavor that will make your mouth water. And let's not forget the bay leaves and pepper, which add a subtle kick to the dish. Feijoada isn't just about the stew, though. It's traditionally served with rice, collard greens, farofa, a toasted cassava flour mixture, and slices of orange. The orange is particularly important as its tangy sweetness cuts through the richness of the stew, balancing the flavors beautifully. But feijoada isn't just a dish, it's a culinary tale that narrates the history of Brazil. Its roots trace back to the time of slavery, when slaves would make the most of the less desirable cuts of pork discarded by their masters, proving that resourcefulness and creativity can transform humble ingredients into a dish worthy of national recognition. Today, feijoada is a symbol of Brazilian unity, enjoyed by people from all walks of life. It's a dish that brings families together, a staple at celebrations, and a must-try for any food lover visiting Brazil. So as you can see, feijoada is more than just a flavorful stew. It's a reflection of Brazil's rich cultural history, a testament to the country's resilience, and a culinary celebration of diversity. Feijoada is not just a dish, it's a cultural experience, a symbol of Brazil's rich history and diversity. From the bustling streets of Rio to the quiet towns of the Amazon, Brazilian street food is a gastronomic adventure. We begin this journey with acarajé, a deep-fried ball of dough that is more than just a snack. It's a taste of Bahia's Afro-Brazilian heritage. The dough, made from peeled black-eyed peas, is skillfully shaped into balls, deep-fried to a golden brown, and then split open to reveal a fluffy interior. But the magic doesn't stop there. The hollow of each acarajé is generously filled with vatapá, a spicy paste made from bread, shrimp, coconut milk, and palm oil. It's then crowned with a medley of diced tomatoes, onions, and cilantro. Each bite is a symphony of flavors, crispy, spicy, and utterly satisfying. Next, we turn our attention to pastel, a staple in Brazilian street food culture. Picture a thin, crisp pastry pocket, reminiscent of an empanada, filled with an array of fillings. The dough is made from a simple mix of flour, water, and a touch of lard, which gives it that characteristic flakiness when fried. The fillings, however, are where pastel truly shines. It could be anything from ground beef, cheese, and heart of palm to exotic options like guava jam or even chocolate. Each pastel is made to order, fried until it balloons slightly and turns a beautiful golden hue. It's served piping hot, often with a tangy vinaigrette or a fiery chili sauce for dipping. Both acarajé and pastel have deep roots in the Brazilian culture. They are not just food items, but an expression of the country's diverse history and regional influences. From Bahian spice markets to the street corners of São Paulo, these snacks tell a story of a country that thrives on its melting pot of flavors. Street food in Brazil is more than just a quick bite. It's a way to experience the country's vibrant culture and lifestyle. So, whether you're a seasoned traveler or a curious food enthusiast, the streets of Brazil promise a culinary adventure that's sure to leave you wanting more. Brazilian sweets are as diverse and delicious as the country itself. Let's explore brigadeiros and açaí. Brigadeiros are a quintessential part of Brazilian celebrations, akin to cupcakes at American birthdays. These chocolate, truffle-like sweets have a rich, fudgy center encased in a layer of chocolate sprinkles. The making of brigadeiros is a simple yet delightful process. It starts with condensed milk, unsweetened cocoa powder, and butter, all cooked together until they reach a gooey consistency. This mixture is then rolled into small balls and coated with chocolate sprinkles, resulting in a treat that's both visually appealing and decadently delicious. Originating from Rio de Janeiro in the mid-20th century, brigadeiros have a fascinating backstory. They were named after Brigadeiro Eduardo Gomes, a Brazilian Air Force brigadier who ran for presidency in 1945. His campaign featured these sweets, which quickly gained popularity across the country. Today, no Brazilian party is complete without a tray of brigadeiros, emblematic of the nation's love for all things sweet and chocolatey. Turning our attention towards a more health-conscious indulgence, let's delve into the world of açaí. This superfood berry from the Amazon rainforest has taken the world by storm, but in Brazil, it's been a staple for centuries. Açaí berries are packed with antioxidants, fiber, and heart-healthy fats, making them a nutritious addition to any diet. In Brazilian cuisine, açaí is often enjoyed as a dessert or snack. The berries are pured and frozen to create a base that's similar to ice cream. This is then topped with granola, banana slices, and a drizzle of honey. The result is a refreshingly sweet bowl that's as good for your health as it is for your taste buds. The cultural significance of açaí extends beyond its nutritional benefits. For the indigenous communities of the Amazon, this berry is a vital food source and a symbol of life and prosperity. Whether you're a chocolate lover or a health enthusiast, Brazilian desserts have something for everyone. In Brazil, drinks are as important as the food. Let's talk about Brazilian coffee and caipirinha. Here's a fun fact. Brazil is the world's largest coffee producer, responsible for about a third of all coffee. This country's relationship with coffee is deeply rooted in its history and culture. While coffee arrived in Brazil in the 18th century, it wasn't until the 19th century when it took off, transforming the country's economy and landscape. But Brazilian coffee isn't just about quantity. The diverse terrain and climate across the country mean that Brazil produces a wide range of coffee flavors. From the robust, chocolatey beans of the Cerrado region to the fruity, light-bodied coffee of the Sul de Minas region, there's a Brazilian coffee for everyone. Now let's switch from the morning coffee to the evening's delight, the caipirinha. This cocktail is Brazil's national drink, and it's as vibrant and spirited as the country itself. Made from cachaça, a distilled spirit from sugarcane, lime, and sugar, this cocktail is a perfect balance of sweet, sour, and strong. The name caipirinha comes from the Portuguese word caipira, which roughly translates to country bumpkin. It's a nod to the drink's humble rural origins. The preparation of caipirinha is unique and ritualistic. It begins with muddling lime and sugar in a glass, followed by the addition of cachaça. The drink is then stirred, not shaken, ensuring that the flavors meld perfectly. Each sip of caipirinha offers a refreshing burst that perfectly complements the richness of Brazilian cuisine. But the significance of these beverages extends beyond their taste. They are deeply intertwined with Brazilian lifestyle and traditions. Coffee is a symbol of hospitality and warmth, often shared amongst friends and family. Meanwhile, caipirinha sets the mood for celebrations, uniting people in joy and festivity. So whether you're starting your day with a cup of Brazilian coffee or ending your evening with a caipirinha, remember that you're not just enjoying a drink, you're savoring a piece of Brazil's rich culture and tradition. From a morning coffee to an evening caipirinha, Brazilian beverages perfectly complement its cuisine. Churrasco, the Brazilian barbecue, is a meat lover's paradise, but what makes it unique? In the heart of Brazil, a tradition has been passed down through the ages, a culinary ritual that not only tantalizes the taste buds but also brings people together. It's called churrasco, a method of barbecuing meat that's as much a social gathering as it is a meal. The churrasco tradition kicks off with selecting the right meat, and the Brazilians, they don't hold back. Everything from beef, pork, and chicken to more exotic meats like lamb or wild boar can be found sizzling over the flames. But the star of the show is undoubtedly the picanha, a prime cut of beef that's revered for its succulent flavor and tender texture. This isn't your typical backyard barbecue. The magic of churrasco lies in its unique grilling method. The meats are skewered on long metal rods and slowly roasted over an open fire. This slow and steady approach allows the meat to cook evenly, retaining its juices and absorbing the smoky flavors from the fire. And then comes the carving. The churrasqueiro, or grill master, takes center stage, expertly slicing thin, juicy strips of meat right off the skewer. It's a spectacle that's as mouthwatering to watch as it is to taste. But churrasco isn't just about the meat, it's about the camaraderie and the shared experience. In Brazil, a churrasco is an event, a time to gather with friends and family, to share stories and laughter over a meal. It's a celebration of life, love, and the simple pleasure of good food. Churrasco is a testament to Brazil's vibrant culture and its love for all things flavorful. Whether you're a seasoned food critic or a simple lover of good food, you can't help but be captivated by the charm and taste of churrasco. Churrasco is not just about grilling meat. It's about friends, family, and the love for good food. Brazilian cuisine is a flavorful journey through the country's rich history and diverse culture. Today, we've taken a gastronomic tour of Brazil, savoring the diverse flavors and colorful ingredients that make Brazilian cuisine such a unique culinary experience. We started with the national dish, feijoada, a hearty black bean stew with an assortment of meats, a dish that tells a story of Brazil's colonial past, of survival and creativity. Then we delved into the street food scene, savoring the deep-fried delights of acarajé and pastel, a testament to the African and European influences that have shaped Brazilian food and culture. Our sweet tooth led us to brigadeiros and açaí, two desserts that reflect the country's agricultural abundance and love for sweets. Brigadeiros, these chocolate truffle-like treats, are a staple at Brazilian celebrations, while açaí, a superfood from the Amazon, has taken the world by storm with its health benefits and delicious taste. And who can forget the beverages? Coffee and caipirinha, two drinks that showcase the Brazilian spirit, literally and figuratively. Brazil is the world's largest coffee producer, and its national cocktail, caipirinha, made from the native spirit cachaça, is a refreshing testament to Brazil's vibrant nightlife. Finally, we feasted on churrasco, the Brazilian barbecue, a tradition that embodies the Brazilian love for communal dining and their passion for meat. Churrasco is more than just a meal. It's a celebration of life, friendship, and good food. As we wrap up our culinary journey, it's clear that Brazilian cuisine is as diverse and vibrant as the country itself. It's a cuisine that embraces its multicultural heritage, celebrates its natural bounty, and above all, brings people together over a shared love for food. Thank you so much for joining us on this Brazilian culinary experience. And remember, the best way to understand a culture is through its food. So next time you travel, don't forget to explore the local cuisine. Until our next journey, Adios from all of us at Passport Journey. Safe travels.